Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Zach. You guys can call me Hazardous. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel, and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video here on the channel today. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for all the support recently. I love each and every one of you, as I say every single video, because you guys really do mean a lot to me. You come out every day to support my content, and honestly, I'm just incredibly grateful. Today's video is the next Hazard Q&A, guys. If you want to have your questions featured in the next Q&A episode, just go down in the YouTube comments, type hashtag Hazard Q&A to be featured, or Q&A, and also go over on Twitter if you want to do it on there and just use the hashtag Hazard Q&A. That's how I search through for these comments. But yeah, I do this every single week, so I definitely give it a shot, see if you guys get featured. Let's just jump right into this, and let's start off with question number 1 coming from Durag Big Mag. He says, I wonder how we'll see John's daughter because she passed sometime before 1911. I wonder if Dutch has anything to do with it. Now, that's actually really interesting because I responded to him, and I basically, when I was reading that comment, I was like, oh my god, I was just reading about that like 10 minutes ago, right? And so John's daughter passed away between 1908 and 1909, and there's not much information known about her, but if John Marston is being featured in Red Dead Redemption 2, we'll probably see Jack Marston at some point, which will also mean we'll have to see John's daughter. It was said she died of cholera or something like that. There's no tombstones in Red Dead Redemption 1 that you can visit that has her name on it, so maybe this would be a good topic for Rockstar to explore, but I think that's a great question, and honestly, I hope she comes into the game. Witty McSchmuck the Funk, great name. He says, do you think that we'll be able to mount our horses onto carts and wagons instead of needing to find one off an NPC? And how many horses and wagons do you think we can have at a time? So these are some great questions here. I think that we will be able to mount our horses onto carts and wagons and buggies and carriages and things of the like, instead of just needing to steal one from NPCs around the map, or like a Gap-Tooth Breach, you could just take the one above the cave that people go mining in. Those are the only ways to obtain mine carts, or sorry, not mine carts, but to obtain horse carriages. And I think in this game we'll be able to mount our own either at the camp or just some other way. Maybe there will be something similar to Los Santos Customs, not like Los Santos Customs in Red Dead Redemption 2, but just some place that we can customize our own horse and carriage and actually do things like that. And then how many horses and wagons do you think we can have at a time? That's something I discussed with Iru399 and Red Dead 2 videos in tomorrow's podcast, so if you guys want to check that out, definitely check that out tomorrow. That goes up every Sunday, and my Q&As go live every Saturday, so if you don't mind, we talk about that in tomorrow's video, so you can definitely check that out then. But thank you so much for your questions. Deji Idowu says, do you think they would have the same physics as Red Dead Redemption? And now, I talked about this earlier this week. The physics are going to be a mix between Max Payne 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Basically, it's going to be a reworked version. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. They're not going to be as stumbly bumbly as Red Dead Redemption, but they're not going to be as just boring and stiff as GTA 5. So I hope that helps. Nick Gonzalez says, do you think we'll have 5-card draw or Texas Hold'em? And do you think riverboat gambling will be a thing? So I think we're going to have both card games. 5-card draw and Texas Hold'em are like the two most popular poker games, and at least for me, those are the only two poker games that I actually know how to play and can play well. Everything else I'm pretty bad at. As for riverboat gambling, there's the Wreck of Serendipity in Red Dead Redemption 1, and that's in West Elizabeth. Now on the leaked map, West Elizabeth is featured on the leaked map as well, so it basically means that we're going to be returning, because it's already confirmed we're returning to Blackwater as seen in the trailers, and that means all of West Elizabeth at least will be opened up to us. And so the Wreck of Serendipity is featured in that area of the map by the shore, and a lot of people in my comments, and I think it may have been you at one point, I'm not sure, I don't want to assume something like that, but someone mentioned that the Wreck of Serendipity, the boat itself called the Serendipity, is a gambling riverboat. So there's a high likely chance that that is the one where the robbery went wrong with the Red Dead gang or the Dutch Vanderland gang, and that will be a riverboat that we can go gambling on. So great question, Nick. Thank you so much for asking that. J Rose asks, how long do you think the story mode will be for Red Dead Redemption 2? Honestly, I'm not sure. I thought GTA 5 story would be really long, and to be honest, when you were actually playing it, it did feel that long, but it didn't have that many missions. As for Red Dead Redemption 1, it had 57 or 59 missions as well, and I think the story is going to be about similar to that. Something I would hope for, I really wish like the optimal amount of missions for me would be 75 to 100 missions. The only thing like that we've had in a Rockstar game is with GTA 4, where we had like 90 something missions. It was awesome. That was a long game, and I would hope for something like that, but honestly, I think it could be a shorter campaign, it could be a longer campaign. Honestly, Jay, I have no idea, but what I would like to see is 75 to 100 missions. Thank you so much for asking that question. Trigger Happy asks, is it online going to be just like GTA 5 online? And so I commented to him, I was like, I love answering online questions, so if you guys have any Red Dead Redemption 2 online related questions, definitely feel free to ask those. This isn't limited to just single player. I'm so happy to talk about online, and honestly, I think online will be very similar to GTA GTA 5 Online, but it will be very much improved. And what I mean by that is that GTA 5 has a big focus on the business DLC. So like the gun running bunker, the Smuggler's Run hangar, you have the CEO crates and import-export and all these things, the MC motorcycle clubs with the weed farm, the cocaine lockup, the meth lab, the forgery document office, the counterfeit cash, all those things. And so I think we're going to see features like that in Red Dead Redemption 2, but we're also going to see a focus on story-driven online DLC, if that makes any sense. So similar to when you buy those businesses in GTA Online, you're linked up by a cutscene, and an intro cutscene shows so that, you know, you could set up the business and things like that. And I think that's going to be what's driving the plot behind online. I feel like it's not going to be too crazy or too over the top, but there will be some type of backstory to the online mode as well in Red Dead Redemption 2. Naguib the Awesomeness says, would you like a Cowboys vs Aliens DLC for RDR2? And yes, I 100% do. I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but I like the concept, and I think that we will definitely see some type of Cowboys vs Aliens DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2. In GTA 5, we saw so many different DLCs, so I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see, or if we did see a Cowboys vs Aliens DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2. Obviously, it couldn't be called that because of the trademarks on the name for the movie and their studio, but we can definitely see something related to that. Great question. Martin Robles comes back again this week and he says, I have a question. Are we going to be able to own a pet? I know horses are an animal, but god damn it, man, horses are my favorite animal. And not just that, horses are literally capable of being classified as transportation now. Are we going to be able to own pets like cats, dogs, or eagles? I know this sounds crazy, but who knows? And so I wish we can. It would be nice to take care of a pet or take care of a cat or have like an eagle. Imagine having a hawk or owl or eagle in the game, or like a messenger pigeon. I think all those things would be pretty cool. Do I realistically think we'll be able to? I don't think so. Do I really want to be able to own a pet in online? Yes, because I want to own a pet in my apartment right now as well. I think it would just be a cool feature, so thank you for asking. 6 Gaming Reviews asks, what do you think the businesses are going to be in Red Dead Redemption Online? And so I think we have a few here. We know that hunting is going to be part of the game, fishing is going to be part of the game, or at least from the new leak it said fishing is close to being cut content, but I would like to see a few things. I would like to see a fishing dedicated DLC. I would like to see like a brawling or fighting dedicated DLC, a duel DLC, things like that. But then also gold mining would be one of them. I think that would be sick. Like some type of skin business, you know, like in The Revenant. That movie was awesome. Going out to hunt pelts and bringing them back to your tent or camp to skin them and sell them would be sick. Just all those different types of DLCs. I think the one I'm most looking forward to is gold mining. That would be awesome. Just like mining for gold and things like that. Cause that could be automated. That could be more one of the like the passive business DLCs. So that's one of them. Thank you so much for asking your question. Paul Cassidy asks, so in Far Cry Primal, you have an ability to track animals, plants, and other folks. Do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 will have that? And for duels, can you trigger them, or will you just have to wait like in Red Dead Redemption? And he also hoped my move into my new apartment will well. So thank you so much, Paul. But as for the Far Cry Primal thing, like the ability to track animals, I think Arthur will have some type of special ability that was actually mentioned in one of the pre-order bonuses, the Eagle Talisman. It wasn't necessarily to track animals, but you have more animal awareness, so you know when like a bear is about to attack you and things like that. But I hope we can track animals as well, just like in Far Cry Primal. And as for duels, I hope we can trigger them ourselves as well. We saw Arthur Morgan having a duel at the end of the 3rd trailer when he started blasting that guy with the revolver. I hope what you can do is kind of guide the conversation you're having with an NPC towards a duel. So like you could walk up and be like, you know, hello sir, I hope your day is going well. And then he could be like, yeah, I hope so too. Like, what'd you do today? And then you could just be like, ha, screw you, I want to blow your head off in the street. And then he'll be like, all right, it's on, buddy. And then you like just dead eye him in the face, and that's the end of that NPC. I hope we could do stuff like that. That would be awesome, Paul. Thank you so much for asking your question. Mark Jolin says, do you think Abigail will be in Red Dead Redemption 2? So John Marston is definitely going to be in Red Dead Redemption 2. And as I spoke about earlier, I hope Jack Marston and the daughter of John Marston makes a return as well. And if they're in the game as well, then Abigail has to be. Dutch made a big deal about Abigail in Red Dead Redemption 1, calling her a whore to John's face. And so I think that Abigail will be featured in the game, at least in some cutscenes or something like that. Thank you so much for asking your question. And then finally, we have a bonus question at the end here. Matthew MacLeod says, I was on GTA 5 today and I seen a spray paint picture of a man on a horse hidden away on the map. Do you think Rockstar teased us with this a few years ago to say Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming before we all knew about it? Thanks, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Matthew, for asking your question. Funny enough, when I was recording the podcast today with iRu399 and Red Dead 2 videos, we talked about this and they submitted a picture in the Discord chat and showed it to me, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I've never seen that at GTA 5 before. I wasn't sure if it was in the game since release. I'm not sure if you know that either, but I don't think necessarily it was a tease saying Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming. Rockstar typically doesn't tend to do that. I could be wrong though. Feel free to correct me on that, but I think it could just be paying homage to Red Dead Redemption itself, to Red Dead Redemption 1, rather than being like, all right, you know, on the down low, this is a leak to Red Dead Redemption 2. But honestly, it could go either way. I think it's just up to interpretation. interpretation at that point. Thank you so much for asking your question, Matthew. That brings us to an end of today's Q&A episode here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the support recently. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers, and it really means a lot to see this channel growing so fast. I just want to thank you all for your support and all the tender love and care you showed to me on my channel. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Also, let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see in future Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, and if you guys are new to the channel and like these daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, feel free to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to click the link in the description down below to enter my Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultimate Edition giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next Red Dead Redemption 2 video. Adios, amigos.